with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set, 10 over.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. That'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run here with Ballage. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Going with a screen for Murray. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. He'll drop to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially open the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
2nd and 9 now. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Check four. 61, matchbox lights.
Now Balaj. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and a yard, Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Returnable for Lockett. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll start on the ground with Balazs. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Mark 30 yards. You're not ready. You're not ready. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. He's going to air one out. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Jackson to throw on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
I'm here all day. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
54, right there. 54 Mike.
Come on. You better bring it.
Here's Jackson. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it, trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Balaj. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far,
and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23.
Hey, Echo.
They'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. His guys take over first and 10 at their own. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Keep playing hard.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken in at the 22. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go. 15 runner. Boom. Mike 96. Come on, dude. And 96 is coming. You know, Mike 96.
To throw on 3rd down. Jackson. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. They run it with Balazs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Balazs. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now a handoff looking right. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Open man is Ross, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Taylor. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Welcome back now here in London. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check. Check hot. Showing it. That's it. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Jackson. Flushed out right. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Taylor looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now they try the right side here. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a loss of 1 yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. His throw incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Looking to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We've got a lopsided game here. Which I don't know, Charles. What does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are used.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league run right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Bravo.
Back to throw here. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream. No hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side.